Repeat after me. Credit is your best friend.
Credit is your best friend. Credit is your best friend.
I've earned over 4 million credit card points and it's now able to transform my life. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you how I did it and how you can too. You can even go from having a crap credit rating and being over $40,000 in credit card debt like I was, to being treated like a prince at your local bank. If you've ever been extremely broke, you know the importance of having external funds. In a pinch, you use your credit card to pay essential bills and groceries, but before you know it, your debt bubble just grows and grows, racked up in credit card debt up to your neck, wondering how you got here. And you then develop a really bad mindset that credit is a bad thing and it needs to be avoided at all costs. But it shouldn't be this way, because I have a secret for you. This isn't what the rich do. If done right, you can leverage your credit card to actually improve your life, like taking a family vacation, starting that business you've always wanted to start, and eventually live a life of prosperity. This is my story because I was just a regular middle-class guy, but now I have 4 million credit card points and I can travel the world with me, my wife, my young son around the world a dozen times in first class. Totally free. But before breaking down how I did this, which was actually very easy, first we need to bust some common myths about credit card hacking. If you're a business owner, having a credit card is extremely powerful because it allows you to grow and scale at speed, which if you're a business owner, speed is your best friend. Now, the problem that like 99% of small and medium-sized businesses have and that you can take advantage of is they don't grow with speed in mind. Most people and most businesses are focused on playing defense. So rather than figuring out new ways to bring in business, bring in capital, bring in partners, they're focused on mainly on how to streamline everything in their business, how they can cut costs here, cut costs there, buy some products cheaper if possible there. And while this is important, the real most important thing to a business really is growing that top line revenue. What do you have to do in order to grow that top line revenue? That's what really is the most important. The biggest difference between my advice and my channel here compared to all of the other finance YouTube channels is that they're mostly focused on defense strategies. How to lower your car payment from $800 a month to $600 a month. And this mindset isn't really gonna move the needle and get you super wealthy. I want you to make so much money per month that it doesn't fucking matter what your car payment is. You could have 100 of those cars. That's the mindset that I want you to have. And I get why so many YouTube channels focus on this type of advice because it gears towards the masses, the majority of the people who are middle class, just struggling to get by, and they like that type of information because it's realistic to them. These people really are never gonna get truly wealthy based on that small-minded advice. You need to think bigger and you need to learn how to use leverage and invest that leverage into boring business models. And what I like the most is real estate investing. Should you share a credit card with family members for bonus points? So if you have a credit card that gathers airplane points or any type of credit card points, you should definitely have your spouse or anyone else in your business to also have that same credit card, so that when they purchase things for you or with you, it also goes right to your plan and those points add up and up and up. This is what I do. My wife has her own credit card tied to my account. My project manager and people in my business also have their own credit card tied to my account. So all the purchases happening every single day are just tallying up my free flight points. Why do banks even offer this outrageous credit card option in the first place? So you'll see many credit card companies offer these amazing offers if you sign up now, or like the card that I use, which is the Amex Platinum, has all of these bonuses, and the way it gathers up points, it is such an amazing card. But you're probably thinking like I am, how can they even offer this and still be profitable? Well, here's the truth. These credit card companies offer all these amazing offers and incentives for you to keep spending money to get all these points, because the reality is most people don't pay off the credit card, and that's really how these credit card companies make their money. The majority of these people are not gonna pay off their credit card in time, and they're gonna get slapped with an awful 17, 18, 19, 20% interest. But the key is for you to be savvy, smart, know this angle, rack up your card for sure on proper expenses, but pay off your card every single 2 weeks. Do not let these credit card companies profit off your back. You want to use them. At this point in my business, after making millions of dollars, people always ask me, Matt, why don't you use your money to flip the property? Why are you still raising funds, using mortgages, finding private money to do your flips? Now, here's the secret that many wealthy people don't share, and that is I can make more money with my money via spending more money on marketing, buying more rental properties, investing in the stock market, investing more into my real estate business, because via those avenues, I can make 15, 16, 17, 20, 25% plus return on my money easily to raise money to do my flips. Now, don't you think it's smarter to use as much money as I can, that's mine, to go and make 20, 25, 30% plus and use other people's money that only cost me 10 to 12? The answer is yes, that's a clear choice, and that is what the real wealthy are doing. That's what Donald Trump does. That's what Jeff Bezos does. That's what Elon Musk does. That's what all true knowledgeable business owners are doing. So for me, I'm a real estate investor who mostly focuses on flipping houses. So we spend about $20,000 to $30,000 a month just on flyers and marketing in order to find motivated sellers directly so we can buy their house directly from them. Now, this amount is a lot, and thankfully I have a credit card so I can really leverage that credit to buy with speed, to market with speed, to really crush all of the other competitors around me who are only putting out maybe $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month on marketing because they're too focused on defense, like how to find the cheapest materials for their flips. Maybe instead of buying this $4 a square foot tile, maybe they can buy something that looks like it for $2 a square foot. And while that sounds smart as a business and as a real estate investor, and we do that to some degree as well, my competitor flippers might save $3,000, $4,000, maybe $5,000 across their flip by looking for cheaper materials. While they're busy doing that, I'm focused on bringing in the dollars and the tens of thousands of dollars via focusing on training my staff on how to buy properties at a lower price to convince the motivated sellers that we're the right fit. I just bought 3, 4, 5 houses where I'm gonna make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 on that flip. So what do you think is smarter? This is the exact point across I want to make about scaling with speed, focusing on that top line revenue, bringing in more business into the company, and focusing on what really, really matters, which is profit. Do you have to use business credit card points for personal purchases? So in my case, I like to keep my books and my taxes as streamlined as possible. So I have a business card that only is used for my business, and I have a personal credit card for things like food that I buy, clothes, etc., things I can't write off in my business. That goes on my personal credit card. But my Aeroplan account here is linked to both of those credit cards. So yes, the more I spend on my business and the more I spend on my own time, they're both feeding that Aeroplan account. This is the best way that I know how to rack up flight points super, super fast. Do you ever plan to have a zero balance? So in reality, I never ever have a zero balance on my credit card because we're doing so many things. We're buying so many flips, we're buying so many houses. We have to order flooring here, kitchens over here, paint, drywall, 2x4s, etc. So the credit card is always, I am paying off that credit card no matter what every single 2 weeks. So I'm never ever going over that 28-day limit. It's always getting cycled and paid, but I'm also adding to it almost daily with other expenses. So no, I will never plan to have a zero balance because I'm too busy. I'm crushing business. Do you need an amazing credit score to unlock these perks? So for the majority of credit cards, you don't need this amazing credit. A decent credit will probably get you most credit cards. And even if you do have a really bad credit, you can even get prepaid credit cards to rebuild your credit score. Now, there are types of cards that will require you to have slightly an above average credit rating in order to apply, like the Amex Platinum Business that I have. These cards are geared more towards wealthy individuals or people who are actually successful in business, and the questionnaire and application process to get this card is actually fairly in-depth. So for these type of cards, you will definitely need a decent credit score and some decent income coming in. However, it's nothing too crazy. You can easily accomplish this goal. So don't let that stop you, because the Amex Platinum, I'm telling you, is the best card for travelers and business owners. What's the benefit of an Amex Platinum? So there are a number of benefits to the Amex Platinum. I can't go through all of them, but my 2 favorite ones is number 1, going to the airports and getting free access to the major lounges of every major airport in the world. There's nothing more baller than waiting in a first class, amazing lounge, free food, free Wi-Fi, amazing chairs, amazing drinks, etc., waiting for your flight and posting that on Instagram. That is the best feeling, and that is why I absolutely love this card. You just flash it on your way in and you get it no problem. You can bring your wife, your kids in, no problems. And the second benefit that I love this card a lot is, again, for those Aeroplan points. They stack up so quick, and when you spend as much as I do on your business, it goes up real quick. How can non-Americans get an Amex card? So I am a Canadian with an Amex Platinum. It's an American company. However, they have a Canadian division, if you will. So if you're in Canada, you can totally get a Canadian version of the Amex Platinum. The same thing you would get in America is just for Canadians only. I'm not sure if you can get an Amex if you live in Europe or any other countries, but I'm almost positive they probably have something just like they do for Canada. Can you redeem points for cash? So there are a number of different types of credit cards. You have cashback credit cards, you have flight point credit cards. For me specifically, like I said, I like the Amex Platinum. And while you can use flights or cashback on your purchases, it is really much smarter to use those points towards flying. Your points go so much further when you use those points towards flights than you would just for cashback if you were just buying the ticket price with your own money or any other purchase. Is it worth getting different credit cards for points? Dining card, grocery card, etc. So choosing which type of credit card for you is really important because there are a number of cards that give you more points if you spend it on groceries. There's different types of cards that give you more points if you spend it on gas or flight tickets, etc. So finding out which card is right for you. Again, for me, my main focus for getting a credit card is traveling and getting into lounges at the airport. So the Amex Platinum is really geared more so towards traveling, and that's why I choose that one. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what credit cards you love and what you're currently using. I'll see you in the next video.